I'm Oliver Kovac from Slovakia, and from the Volcanic or Grindstone Productions. We've got a Hellmut game here, which basically stands for Hell Mutant. It's like a roguelite game with a dungeon crawler, similar maybe to Enter the Gungeon, but a bit more fast-paced. We've got no dodge rolls, so it's a bit like more like dodge yourself and run around and shoot everything a bit faster, you know?
I heard someone at the show call it a arcade twin stick version of Doom.
Yes, it like might go that way. Even the story is a bit like, inspired by Doom, even though even the Doom story is like not a really huge deal, Portal to the hell opened and the mutants arrived. The same idea is here. Basically, the main character made a pact with a demon, and he basically blew himself up, and the demon told him that he will make him live forever, and then something went wrong. You never do a pact with a demon, so the gates to the hell opened, and you're basically there's a story when you're in an endless loop, because that's how you got that's the catch of making a pact with a demon, that he made you invulnerable by basically having you relive the same thing over and over, and that's basically how even the gameplay is connected to it, because in these roguelite games you always die and then you start again. Even if you finish the game, you start the game from the entry point, so that's how the time loop actually works.
So can you talk about some of the enemies you face in the game? I see a ton on the banner behind you.
Yeah, most of these you can even see in the game. Some are like the little chicken with the huge sword. It's basically not in the game. It's only like a flavor for the menu and stuff. But most of these you can actually meet. Like this is a boss from I'm not sure even if it's in the camera, but it's like a boss you can meet in the game, and even kill him. He throws little arcade machines at you because it's a goblin gamer, He floats around on this platform, and there's even 50 of weapons in the game. Some of them work really special way. Some of them are just here's your assault rifle with more damage. It takes really long time to see all the features in the game, as it's procedurally generated, but with some control, because no one really likes pure random generators. So, but it took me a really long time to see all the weapons from the game and all the enemies. There are 4 environments. As you progress through the game, first you start in a castle, so there are more the castle type enemies, some zombies, stuff that you normally see in a castle, like castle zombies.
So talk about it looks like your avatar changes too during the course of the playthrough.
Yeah, because the game is based on the idea that you start as just what's left of the body of the professor that made the pact with the devil, and you're just a floating skull with a spine, because you always have to have your backbone, and you unlock different bodies from the other demon guy. There are 2 demons basically in the game story, and the other guy gives you different bodies to help you pass the dungeons, and each body is looks totally different and acts totally different. Some of these more offensive, some of them more defensive, hold back and fire at enemies from a long range. And the idea is not to be in the Hellmut form with only the skull, because that one is really vulnerable, and the other ones, when you lose one of these bodies, when you're, for example, in this form of this werewolf red, when you die, you turn back into the skull, and if you unlock more of these transformations, you can change to another one. But if you die with your skull, it's game over. So it's basically something like an extra lives, but it's not only about the extra lives, it's bound to the gameplay mechanics, also.
So when does your game come out?
It's already out on PC platform, on Steam, also on GOG, for 2 months, but we're still iterating and getting the first feedback from players, and we're actually thinking about adding some features which are really against the roguelite genre. Even the roguelite genre has some limitations, and we're thinking about adding some things that persist even between the playthroughs, which is against this genre. But we're thinking that maybe it would be a nice idea to do something like when you kill the boss, you get to keep some currency for your next playthrough, and it's even going to be released on PS4 and Xbox One. Also, a Nintendo Switch version, like the first playable build, is laying there on the table.
Yes, Nintendo Switch. Tell me about it. This game is perfect for Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
Every game is perfect for Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, well, I haven't tried Nintendo Switch build myself. Like just right now, this is the first one I have because I've played because I don't have Switch at home. But I think it will be really, really like nice when.
Are you planning to release on the Switch? Do you have a build, or are you just in talks?
Well, the build is kind of behind because the first thing that the guys that did the build for the Nintendo Switch is like our friends from our town, but not really us. We will be working on the PS4 and Xbox One, but the Switch team is like our friends did this, and they first had to do all the technical stuff, like rewrite the shaders a bit and stuff like that. So I haven't really played it yet, but when we like get in sync, because now that the major technical stuff is done, it's not really going to be that hard to catch up with us, just with the gameplay stuff that we've added, like while they were doing the technical stuff. So
But you're thinking about it is the important thing.